Anyone with fives are using Berserk mode. So 1837, good luck. We've not played before, we have no head-to-head score. 18,000 games for my opponent. Okay, let's play the normal carrow. I wonder if I should deviate and go with an early g6. You can pretty much pre-move d5 against anything that white does. Brings the knight up. Okay, I'm going to go g6 then. Deviate from the normal pre-move. We'll probably transpose back to it in any event. Yeah, just play d5. It's kind of pretty much a standard move in all the carrows. Bishop up's an idea if you don't play a tree, if you advance for instance, or we can do this and this, or just knight straight up, depends obviously what white does. Did my opponent disconnect and reconnect there? I think they might have done. I just thought I saw something out the corner of my eye, so I'll have to keep an eye on that as the game goes on. Says excellent connection. Doesn't say where from though, does it? Okay, so we're going to take there. We're going to get our knight developed. I could play an early c5, but obviously I'm just trying to castle initially. Ooh, with that move, I'm going to hold off castling, but do I hold off c5 as well? Okay, no, I'm going to still play c5. I'm still likely going to go kingside. I'm not sure though. I'm just trying to make room for the knights either way here and try and pressure the pawns. Okay, he's thrown a check in. So I'm quite happy to play an endgame. So I'm going to block with the queen. Okay, I'm still covering the pawn if he takes. It's less risky for both of us, to be fair, to castle now with this pawn structure. Take in the middle, he'd probably take with the pawn. He does. So rook across, knight down is very natural, of course. There's no quick attacks here. So yeah, I'm just going to castle, try and develop my pieces, use some common sense. f6 might be a move, I'm not sure. Another slow, steady game. It's whether we try and, like, for instance, chuck our pawns up the board quickly, but then there could become a quick target. So knight across is logical to jump in, and if pawn down, then rook across is a target. Okay, you can come across, but it's a target. Otherwise I can do this and do this. Try and provoke pawn pushes. Yeah, I'm going to do that initially and just prepare a pawn push, see if my opponent launches forward. Okay, he's gone back. So he's kind of inviting me forward there. So do I want to do it? If you go here and I push on, I can potentially clamp further forward. The bishop can come in, but that feels fine to me. I don't know if it is, but it feels like it is. So I want to push the pawn forward. Idea just to bring the knight behind, then activate the rook somehow. Yeah, if he goes here, I think I'm just going to push on and try and gain a little bit of space. I'm still looking at f6. Okay, my opponent's launched f4. I'm looking at f6, but I don't think I need to play that. So, do I launch here? I'm not sure. No, I'm going to play knight across, potentially to come in and hit this bishop, hit the pawn. Bishop can easily drop back, everything's guarded, so he has gone there now. But now I can maybe try and do this. Not easy to create much else, is it? Pawn up. Just ignore it. Takes, you're fine. Rook across. Does it matter which one? I'm going to do this rook across and leave these here. Just try and double up. At some point we're probably going to see the pawns fly down the board at some point. But it's whether I want to take the chance and push forward, but then I'm potentially conceding ground for the light squared bishop later in the game. That could be a problem, I'm not sure. Right now it's just a simple hit to the knight, which he's guarded. But can I go here now? Has he just blundered? Because the knight can't go back. He has got the bishop. So here, where does his knight go now? I think he's fine, isn't he? Because I'm too slow to attack the pawn. So pawn up. The knight can retreat to either of them. Takes, bishop takes. If knight across, he can still play bishop back. If rook across, he can still play bishop back. We're getting developed, but we're not breaking through. But it's probably still fundamentally a decent move. It's whether I try and play something like this. Or do I go this side? Even f5. The alternative is obviously to try and double up, but he's just going to castle. Yeah, I'm going to push the pawn, try and just gain a little bit of space, and maybe just even push on. Oh, he's gone there now. That I didn't expect, 'cause it doubles his pawns up. Surely that's a mistake. So does it matter if I take here? Take, then say pawn up. Yeah, I want to drive his bishop back, so I'm going to take there and then here. It might actually be nothing this. Now I'll need to push my pawn on. Now he's got a dark squared bishop that can eventually come in and attack them, but I've still got a dark squared one myself to try and defend. Yeah, probably king up or castle now, activate the rook. I'll try and get my rook on the open file. Idea to then play something like knight across. Or maybe we can try and push. That's what he's gone for. So we need to try and get on the open file if we can and see if we can get in at some point. So now, is f6 more a move now? Now, I've got rook here actually, haven't I? With a view to coming across. Now, if he plays rook across, dare I gamble and go here? He can play rook down himself. It's a one chance or not type of concept. Rook over takes, king takes, and it's probably just level. As long as I can get back and guard this. And there's no easy way for him to break through. Bishop back, knight across, it's solid for both of us. So rook up. I'm going to play it. It's a case of whether he does this quickly. Oh, he's gone across to defend. Okay. Well, now I'm looking at knight across. Or bishop down first, or bishop up. I'm going to play bishop up first, see if I can provoke a pawn push to make room for the knight. I don't think I will, but it's a move. Then I'll come to where I'm intending to actually go. Oh, he has done it. So this is where I actually wanted to be, just to try and get the bishop in further down the line. Here, I think I'm fine to take. Rook takes, pawn takes. I shift my knight somewhere and I guard my pawn. It might ultimately be worse for me, of course. His own bishop can come in, but... We've got knight up now to hit the bishop and hit the pawn. Might not be able to work, but it's a concept. But yeah, this... I can't actually move my pawn now because of my rook. Could maybe leave it there and let him take, but then he's very quick. So I think that's what he's looking at. Rook takes, pawn takes, with an idea knight across or knight up. But once your king's moved, bishop down, this pawn is a little bit loose, and I don't think I can defend it. Takes and you run. Okay, he's played bishop across. So he's covering this idea. Yeah, I don't like being here now, but here, I guess he's just intending to go back. So can I do something like this, I'm wondering then? Knight back to go here. He's still got this idea though. Knight back and here, he's always got these type of moves. But here I can come in, can't I? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and go here to hit the pawn, but to threaten to jump in. Okay, I'm going in quickly to hit the pawn. Now, if he pushes, I can potentially push on. It might be a bad move, but the king's no longer hitting the rook. Unless he's intending bishop back, which he's done. Okay, so if I come all the way back, I can guard my pawn. Now, is it worth going here now and then I double attack the pawn? So has he given me this? If he goes back and I take and he goes back, the rook's trapped. So that's no good. So I assume I come all the way back, maybe on the dark square because his bishop's not getting in quickly. But pawn down, Takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, rook's coming behind. Yeah, I'm going to come back on the dark square. Pawn down, I can leave it for one move, I think, and play knight up, or try and take, I'm not sure. Pawn down, pawn up, bishop takes is a problem. So he's played down to guard his pawn. But what about knight up now then? Or what about pawn here? Here, takes, king up behind. There's nothing easy, is there? Nothing easy. Knight up, and where on earth do I go? Knight back and round, and I get stuck. Yeah, I've got nothing, have I? I've got nothing. I'm going to try and open this side up because I'm way down on the clock. So I'm going to try king up and rook behind. I'm going to try and bring the rook behind this way. My opponent's going to do the same as well, but now he's kind of letting me in, is he? I think he's played a bit too quickly there. So I'm going to go forward now. Try and get my knight in after I've put the rook there. There's still no obvious easy targets, but I've got knight up now. If bishop takes, rook takes, it's easier to play. Or it should be. So I'm playing up to hit the bishop. If takes, I could even potentially go with a pawn and have connected pawns. I don't think he will though. But we hit the bishop. Oh, he has. So he's given me a chance to connect these. So if he pushes, I just take. He pushes, I take. So surely it's right to do this. But is it? Up, takes. I'm going to gamble and do it. I'm on a light square. I'm going to push my pawn. Try and bring the bishop up. It's a gamble. It's a big gamble, this, because I'm giving him a chance to do exactly the same concept if he can get his rook in. So I'm going to have to work quickly. Well, at least it's not boring, is it? It could go anywhere, this. I've no idea if I'm better or not. I'm a minute and a bit down on the clock. So I'm just looking at the simple idea to push, and try and push on at some point without blundering my pawn. Bishop up at some point, or I can just try and push the dark one here. So do we do it? Do we go across for the open file first, actually, and then just push? That makes sense to me. Here, takes. Say rook across down. He's got a permanent easy target there, hasn't he? Bishop up, and there's no easy way in. So I'm going to go across the board and hold for a moment. Actually, I'm going too slow. What am I doing? I'm going way too slow, actually. Yeah, I need to activate the bishop, something like this, and hope I don't blunder a tactic in the process. Oh, I'll just come back away. He's gone there hitting my pawn. So take. No, I'm just going to push the pawn, and so we still attack here. He doesn't want to forget that this pawn is loose. Now he's moved his rook. I'm threatening check and take, but I don't think that sack works. So he's gone back. So I'm going to go here. It's whether I blunder with this. If he pushes now, it's actually a check. So that's crucial. He's gone back. Take, check, down. I've got nothing, have I? I've got absolutely nothing here at all. Okay, he's offered a draw. It's a gamble, isn't it? Do I gamble? I'll take the draw. I think I'm losing this one. I might be wrong. Let's put it through the analyzer. I normally wouldn't do that. I've lost a lot of points doing that there. I'll be annoyed if I'm winning there, but let's just see. That felt like I was taking risks and I'm too far down on the clock, so it'll be annoying if I was better there, but let's just see. Well, I was much better actually. Level, much better, +4 better than it looks like I've let it go. So I've misplayed the ending a little bit here. Yeah, there's a number of blunders each, 3 and 4, lots of blunders each there, so I'm likely to go wrong in this. Slightly worse out the, well, it's essentially level out the open, it's just a perfectly normal type of opening here. We're a little bit better here, we've blundered a slight advantage away. So the engine's saying I should have played the knight forward instead of back. Then here, we're making mistakes each here, and in the final position, it says I'm actually +2.3 better, but I am miles down on the clock. So yeah, on another day I would have just played on there. I should have just played on, but well done to my opponent getting a good draw there.